Now, I've already told you about Jan Plant and how folks was making fun of him, saying that he thought old Nanny Tap had come back to haunt him. But for Jan Plant, 'twasn't funny at all, and he was at his wits' end when somebody told him about a white witch into Exeter, a man called Maester Tuckett. And if you gives him half a crown, he'll tell you how, he is so clever, he'll drive old Nan away forever. So Jan Plant went into Exeter and saw that white witch, told him his story, and given half a crown for a little juju thing and what he called a incantation. Mind you, said Master Tuckett, if you could afford another £1, I'll tell you how to be certain to be rid of her once and for all. £1, said Jan. If thee stride for clean right off, I'll give thee 5. He told him then next Saturday night to shove up in the chimney tight a facket of wood, or even 2 if he should find 1 wouldn't do, and then he was to say a prayer so as to bring the woman there. Says he, be punctual, 6:30, I'll put the old woman in a fix. So, come Saturday, Jan went off to shove that facket up the chimney, but instead of wood, he shoved up a tight facket of fuzz, by which I mean what some folks calls gorse. He'd heard that without bones or skin, a witch could feel they prickles in, and furthermore, he then did stick up Drew a sharp 2-pronged pick. Thought he, old gal, I've got he now, as sure as the tail on my old sow. Come 6:30, he heard a rap as if 'twas on the chimney top, and all to once a awful voice he heard, and making such a noise. And 'fore he said another word, scat bang down on the fuzz, he heard a heavy fall, and such a scritch that could only come from a witch. Off he runned, his wife run too, out in the court to hide from view, when all to once from out that door they seed a figure running for, with cloak red and eye aflame, and running too most cruel lame. Triumphant like, but more than a bit shook up, Jan and his wife went back into the house. There was the fuzz, down tumbled slap. Her must have hurt herself a whap. As for that pick, both forks was red, about the top with lots of blood. Saith Jan, why, Bets, and looked afresh. I thought blood only comed from flesh. But Bets said, heard a yard before of spirits covered all with gore. And Jan said, when he come to look, he read so in a book. Said he, well, now, us needn't fret, or he'll never come back again, he'd bet. And if he lived to see the day tomorrow, he'd go in to pay, yes, pay with joy the money down, for the lucky man deserved £5. So next day he went off to Exeter. When he got to Master Tuckett's house, he was told by a servant chap that the master was in bed, proper poorly, and couldn't see him, but yes, pleased to the £5. And told to rest mortal sure he'd never see Nan Tap no more. So home he went, and from that day all things went in a regular way. Before I stop, it might be well to show what foolish tales folk tell. 'Twas said that night there wasn't such a thing at all, but that the witch was Master Tuckett, who'd have come all out from Exeter, and therefrom brought a red cloak, and so got down that chimney just to earn £5. And as that down that place he scrolled, he slipped his foot and down he falled. And what Jan thought was Nan Tap's cry was when they forks went in his thigh. And in the night of that same day, some folks had seen him ride away. And when Jan Plant did call, 'twas said, 'twas with they wounds he laid abed. Let children talk such stuff at school. Do you think Jan Plant was such a fool?